Right, my name's Ken Parker, come from Bristol. I joined 47 Commando in 1943 as a corporal and was transferred up to Hackney Carry where we've done our training. I was in corporal of the brain gun section in Y Troop. The reason I'm over here is because I lost so many good mates over here, and I come over here every year to pay my respects, look at the places where we landed, what we did, try to remember all those little things that, you know, in passing of time you forget. And I've been coming over here since the 40th anniversary. Well, the involvement was when we landed at Ansels, which wasn't the right beach. It was miles off. We had this 12 miles to capture Port of Bessin. My troop, when we landed, we lost 16. That's out of 60 men. And we had a couple that drowned. There was more losses on the way through to capture Port of Bessin. But I was up that hill up there, that's Mount Cavalier. And we were we were pushed back off of that, and then we had to retake it again. A friend of mine, Roy Bryant, he was our armourer. He got captured, he got wounded and got captured, and was taken to a German field hospital, not very far away from here. And the hospital was getting ready to go on the move, and the doctors came round and said, the SS are coming here. The SS are coming here. Of course, the thing was, with the SS, all commandos had to be shot on sight. So, but he and an American paratrooper, who was in the same hospital, managed to escape by going underground from this hospital and entered into the American zone. And he died of cancer 5 years ago. But he was a good friend of mine. I'm going to say the action we took part in here was spasmodic, quiet 1 minute, but then we come up against opposition, which we had to encounter, take over. A lot of the Jerrys, when they saw we were superior on them, they up-armed and surrendered. We just passed them back down the line. With Captain Cousins, that was a spectacular effort he made. Those 25 men came from all the troops, which Colonel Phillips could muster. That's about it.
How does it feel like coming back and being on the hill late?
Well, a couple of years ago, 5 years ago, we had Major General, he was Brigadier then, Andy Salmon. We walked up that hill, and he said, what was it like? I said, well, for one thing, that blade of grass wasn't there. This blade of grass, that bit of mud there wasn't there. or not what we could notice, because there were so many bloody lots of mud about. And it reenacted our landings with, about 25 to 30 senior NCOs and officers from Livingston. They reenacted it. But obviously, their clothing was a lot different than what ours was. And although they felt knackered when they come up, they said it was nothing to what we must have felt when we landed. There's lots of things, you're bringing back into your memory things that you've forgotten over the years, but instantly you say, oh yeah, I remember that now. Well, I remember that. I can't remember that. Of course we can't remember it because it was in the bloody dark.
My name is Kenneth William Porter, and I served in the Royal Navy on Landing Craft 510 LCA Flotilla. Why I'm here is because of Ken Parker. I met Ken Parker many years ago in the LST and Landing Craft Association, and we formed a friendship. Also my colleague there, Ern Rowlands, I met him at the same time in the LST and Landing Craft Association, which is on the way of winding up in September of this year. So Ken, being a 47 Marine Commando, shanghaied us in to come in to Port of Bessin. And I came in the first time, the 60th anniversary, which was a great time. We had a fabulous time. I thought so anyway. And since then, we have been coming most years. I missed last year. I had a misfortune last year. My daughter passed away. I booked up to come. My daughter passed away on June the 3rd, so we just give it a miss. And Betty Fielding, who was running the job at the time, returned my £700, which I thought was very gracious, very gracious. Always remember Betty for that. There isn't much else I can say, but I do enjoy being here.
Were you involved in the landings themselves?
I was on LCAs, and we landed at Juno Beach with the Canadian Regina Rifles and the Winnipeg Rifles. And up to 2 years ago, I often thought, what happened to these guys that we took into the beach? And 2 years ago, with the Normandy Veterans Association, we were taken to a village where there's a big chateau, and the Devonshire Regiment fought there. They have a monument there, and alongside this monument, which I didn't know about at the time, is another huge monument with about somewhere in the region of 100 and some odd names, all of Canadians, Regina Rifles and Winnipeg Rifles that the German Gestapo slaughtered. They captured them and shot them. I now know what happened to some of the guys that we took into Juno Beach, and it was heartbreaking, I'll tell you. That's me finished.